I am NetMoverSitan. Firstly, I need to say that Fierce, in the second Taints room, is now called Impatient, because in the poll that decided which Taint would go next was called Fierce. That one lost, and the one I'm covering won. Confused yet? The poll that decided between two Taints. That didn't give a lot of synergy, but you could lose no synergy because of it. Both gave a combat mechanic more than the ability to hit harder and to take less damage. Ever wanted to know what it was like to be the sushi chef's nightmare? Ever wanted to beat an undead Chugga Conroy? Probably not, but you've probably developed this mentality if you've played any of the Soulsborne games, Undertale, or any game that wants to wipe the floor of you. It's unyielding. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? The combat mechanic this adds is the inability to be interrupted from an enemy's attack, regardless of how low your defense is. Handy, isn't it? Useful if you want to focus on a full-on offensive, faster than 1980s action movie hero. Be sure to either buy or find some protection though, otherwise the injuries will gather quickly and you'll be in a less secure position than a top US government job. Yeah, it's that bad. With the second Taints room, Impatient is useful as injury is more likely, and you can develop that one quicker. Just be sure that before you injure yourself, you have a good amount of medical supplies. Acquisitive, that might allow you to hit harder if you can avoid weighing yourself down too much. Conniving, find yourself enough lockpicks, get a chain of successful picks, and you'll be set up for clearing an area. As the more you successfully pick, the longer the boost is. Unquenching. Moving on! The third Taints room, Greedy. For similar reasons to Acquisitive, don't weigh yourself down too much and you should be fine, if you lack agility boosting boots. Although you'll need money to buy medical supplies. Vengeful? Probably not, as that's more for defensive reasons. Obsessive? Keep the item amounts right, and this should help. Abusive? Use sparingly, or the debuff will outweigh the buff amount, as you'll essentially be the main character from Scarface. Yeah, I think that's what they were going for with that Taints. Oh, and no, there are no kinetic projectile weapons in this game. Not even bows and arrows. The fourth Taints room, Bloodthirsty. This is where Unyielding could be useful, as this can aid in chaining kills without being interrupted. But watch the health and injuries. Paranoid? Probably not, as that conflicts with the direct combat Taints, which Unyielding is. Thievish? That's useful for the boost and the items from Lost Souls. Fanatical for the buff from Lost Soul Indoctrination and purging of impure items. Yeah, there's not that much between Thievish and Fanatical. It depends on what you have available and which you prefer. also what goes with what you have so far. Oh yes. And you can't access the 4th Taint Room if you walk the white path on the 3rd. I learned that the hard way. It's why I only chose the... Yeah, I'm going off topic. Let's move on to the final one. The final Taints Room. Playing God. If you have many creatures and adder fuel, this could give synergy and rare items. Sicko. Soulless. If you want the Soul Shard armor to give you a huge boost of synergy. At a great cost! And I'm not just talking the black steel. Oh, let's just move on. Cannibalism. Buff with food. Have fun with a slow and painful pry on killing your brain. And you in the process. Sadistic. A readily available buff by following the example of a depraved French nobleman. Vive la Révolution! Yeah. There's nothing about the final Taints Room that's nice. So far, all of the Taints that have been released after the vanilla version of the game have been for the first Taints Room. I'm thinking I might do some lore videos after I complete the game without Taints. At this point, I haven't decided yet. Well, we'll be doing Taints guides for the Taints released after. Depending on when that is, of course. Yeah, I'm thinking next will be the No Taints run, so... That's it for this Taints guide video. I'll make another one as they're released into the game. Until next time. Hail the rabbits!